Ezekiel 39. I read from the Institute for Scripture Research, the ISR, because it takes a direct translation from Hebrew to English, Greek to English, and Aramaic to English. Yah is short for Yahweh, Yahweh, Yod-He, Vav-He. Now there's no difference. Yah is the Elohim of the heavens and the earth, the first and the last and the only. Yah is an extremely jealous El. He doesn't even want the names of idols or mighty ones to come to our lips. And the letter J is about 600 years old, while the son of Elohim, Yehoshua, died on a stake for the sins of all of humanity over 2,000 years ago. In a direct translation from Hebrew to English, Yehoshua is Joshua. Excuse me. Ezekiel 39. And you, son of man, prophesy against Gog, G-O-G with a line on top of it, and you shall say, Thus said the Master Yahweh, See, I am against you, O Gog, the prince of Rosh, R-O-S-H, Meshech, and Tubal. Meshech is M-E-S-H-E-K with a line underneath of it, and Tubal is T-U-B with a line underneath of it, A-L, and shall turn you around and lead you on and bring you up from the uttermost parts of the north and bring you against the mountains of Israel, and shall strike the bow out of your left hand and make the arrows fall from your right hand on the mountains of Israel. You shall fall, you and all your bands and the peoples who are with you, to the birds of prey of every sort and to the beasts of the field I shall give you for food. So on the face of the field you shall fall, for I have spoken, declares the Master Yahweh, and I shall send fire upon Magog, M-A-G with a line on top of it, O-G with a line on top of it, and on those who live undisturbed in the coastlands, and they shall know that I am Yahweh, and I shall make my set-apart name known in the midst of my people Israel, and not let my set-apart name be profaned any more. And the nations shall know that I am Yahweh, the set-apart one in Israel. See, it shall come, and it shall be done, declares the Master Yahweh. This is the day of which I have spoken, and those who inhabit the cities of Israel shall go out and set on fire and burn the weapons. Wow, in Canada we just steamrolled them. Both the shields and armor, the bows and arrows, the clubs and spears, and they shall make fires with them for 7 years, and take no wood from the field, nor cut down any from the forests, for with the weapons they make fire, and they shall plunder those who plundered them, and loot those who looted them, declares the Master Yahweh. And it shall be on that day that I give Gog a place for a burial site there in Israel, the valley of those passing by east of the sea, and stopping those passing by, because there they shall bury Gog and all his crowd, and shall call it the valley of Hamon Gog, Hamon, and then Gog. And the house of Israel shall bury them for 7 new moons. Wow, they will bury people for 7 months. You know, I'm like hardcore into cremation, like, especially when it comes to like viruses and stuff. If they died from a virus, you should burn the body. Nowadays, people are like, FEMA has been preparing for this for like 15 years or so. A long time. And they were like, yeah, we're just going to make all these bins. We're going to prepare for this massive disaster that's going to happen. Mind you, they said going to happen because they knew it was going to happen. FEMA's part of the whole one world government crap. Yeah. And the house of Israel shall bury them for 7 new moons in order to cleanse the land, and all the people of the land shall bury them, and it shall be for a name to them on the day that I am esteemed, declares the Master Yahweh. And they shall separate men who continually pass through the land, burying those who were passing through, those left on the surface of the ground, in order to cleanse it. At the end of 7 new moons they shall search And those passing through shall pass through the land, and when anyone sees a man's bone, he shall set up a signal or a sign beside it, till the buriers have buried it in the valley of Hamon Gog, and also a city named Hamona, Hamonah, shall be there, so they shall cleanse the land. And you, son of man, thus said the Master Yahweh, speak to every sort of bird and every beast of the field, assemble yourselves and come, gather from all around to my slaughtering, which I am slaughtering for you, a great slaughtering on the mountains of Israel. And you shall eat flesh and drink blood. Ooh. Eat the flesh of the mighty, drink the blood of the princes of the earth, of rams and lambs, of goats and bulls, all of them fatlings of Bashan, Bashan, and you shall eat till you are filled, and drink blood till you are drunk, at my slaughtering which I am slaughtering for you, and you shall be satisfied at my table with horses and riders, with mighty men, and with all the men of battle, declares the Master Yahweh. And I shall set my esteem among the nations, and all nations shall see my judgment which I have executed, and my hand which I have laid on them. And the house of Israel shall know that I am Yahweh their Elohim from that day onward. And the nations shall know that the house of Israel went into exile for their crookedness, because they have trespassed against me, so that I hid my face from them, and I gave them into the hand of their adversaries, and they all fell by the sword, according to their uncleanness and according to their transgressions. I have dealt with them and hidden my face from them. Therefore, thus said the Master Yahweh, now I am going to bring back the captives of Jacob, and I shall have compassion on all the house of Israel, and shall be jealous for my set apart name. And they shall have borne their shame and all their trespass they committed against me, when they dwell safely in their own land, with none to make them afraid, when I have brought them back from the peoples and gathered them out of the lands of their enemies. I shall be set apart in them before the eyes of many nations, and they shall know that I am Yahweh their Elohim, who sent them into exile among the nations, and then gathered them back to their own land, and left none of them behind. And no longer do I hide my face from them, for I shall have poured out my spirit on the house of Israel, declares the Master Yahweh.